Hey guys, Nick May here from the Business Brush. Today we're going to be talking about marketing and the 4 things that most paint contractors do, but they do it wrong. Stay tuned. So most of us do something for our marketing, but I want to talk about the 4 things that just about every paint contractor does, but they're not quite doing it right. So everybody should have a website, but the problem is a lot of paint contractors that I talk to don't have a website. They may have a Facebook page, but that is not the same. So think about it this way. When you hear about a company, what do? Well, I typically Google them, or I look up their website and see what are they about? What's their story? What do they do? What do they specialize in? Where do they service? You have to have a website, and it has to cover all of those things and be very easy to understand. So with websites, a lot of paint contractors that actually do have websites have the wrong kind of website. Now, if you're not familiar with mobile first, you need to get familiar with that term. So it used to be, we talked about being mobile friendly. Well, now that about 60% of all traffic goes on a mobile device, that means that you have to design your website so that it is easy to scroll, easy to operate, and you don't have to do the scrolly or squinchy, I don't know what they call that, but you don't have to blow it up on your phone so you can actually read it. So if you go to Walls by Design on your cell phone, you can see what a mobile first website looks like. Number 2 is that they don't have updated and accurate pictures of their work. Now, a lot of websites that look great don't really look great once you start to look into it. And that's because a lot of guys use nothing but stock photography. And believe me, your customers will know this. They can tell. Stock photography is not the way that you want to build a website. Number 3, the contact information is really hard to find or discover. So where do you operate? So many websites I go to, I don't even know what state they operate in. How do I call them? How do I email them? Can I text you? So all of these things should be stupid simple for your customers to understand, and that way they can contact you so that you can give them an estimate. The last thing on a website that I'll just touch on is helpful content. Most paint contractors don't have helpful content. They think that if they stack keywords on a page that that's going to help them get found on Google easier. Well, the rules have changed. Google has wisened up to all of those antics, and so what they are looking for and what will really give you better search results in the search engines is having helpful content. So videos, kind of like we're doing today, or you can have articles or sections on your website that talk about how you paint cabinets or your unique system of painting exterior homes, or whatever it is that you specialize. You should have dedicated pages that really talk about what makes you unique and you different. So word of mouth marketing. So many of you, that's what you rely on, but then you're also the same guys that in January and February don't have enough work, right? So we have to be doing other things. But there is good news. I'm a huge believer in word of mouth marketing. And the great thing is there are some simple things that you can do to encourage word of mouth. So a couple things that you can do would be have a program that gets you back in front of your customers. Here's the thing. After we've done a job, even if the customer absolutely loves us, about a week later, they go on to their lives and they forget about us, right? So we have to have different touch points and different ways to remind them of the great experience that they had with us. So a couple things that you can do is you could have some kind of touch-up program. So that could be an exterior program that you do once a year for so many years. It could be like us, we have an annual touch-up program that will come back every year and touch up anything we've painted for as long as they live in the house. And to be honest, that's a marketing campaign for us that gets us back in front of the homeowner. It gets them remembering us. They call us each and every year. Wouldn't you want to touch base with all of your customers once a year? Wouldn't you want to be back in the house once a year? So it's a really great program. Other things that you can do to encourage word of mouth is network with your competition, right? A lot of people don't even believe that that's possible. But back in 2008 and 2009, we actually did some networking with one of our competitors. They referred all their interior work to us, and we referred all of our exterior work to them because we only do interior work. So you could have some referral relationships with some other contractors that help both sides. So there might be some things that you don't like to do, there might be some things that they don't like to do, and so you can help each other out. Another thing that you could be doing to extend your word of mouth marketing, and this is something that I've actually done probably better than most paint contractors across the country, is build your personal brand. And so to do that, you can do a lot of things. You could be speaking at different events across your city. You could be speaking at Chamber of Commerce or local Rotary groups or to schools or moms groups. But if you're out in the community and you're sharing your knowledge that you've built, you're going to elevate your standing in the community and people are going to hear about you. And so that's word of mouth. We've done it through podcasting, through video, through doing events with interior designers, all sorts of things. But that is going to expand and encourage that word of mouth advertising. So a lot of you are already doing social media, but a lot of people are doing it wrong. Have you ever felt like social media can be just a big time suck? Well, there are ways to use Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn so that it's not a big time suck. One of the ways we've been able to leverage Facebook has been through ads and boosting of posts. And it's a great way to really extend that reach and to get in front of a lot more of your perfect clients. And it's not going to be a big time suck. I manage all of our Facebook ads for our company. We actually spend on average about $2,500 a month, but we book about $40,000 to $50,000 every month on average through Facebook. And that's one way that you can build not only a bigger following on Facebook, but you can actually get great leads, and they're a very engaged and highly motivated customer. One social media platform that a lot of guys don't even consider is LinkedIn. I don't post every day, I probably don't even post every week, but it's a really great way to get in front of the business community and really share what you know. It's a great way to reach out to people, especially if you're doing commercial work. So LinkedIn is a great platform for painters, and a lot of painters don't even think about it as a social media platform. It's a great way to connect with designers, builders, and if you're in commercial work, it's a great way to connect with commercial property managers. I don't necessarily post every week or every day, but if you are pretty consistent, it's a really great way to network and meet new people in your community. One of the worst things that you can possibly do is do nothing. And a lot of paint contractors, that's what they do. Do nothing. How ridiculous is that? And then they complain in January and February when they don't have enough business. And a lot of guys, I can't tell you how many, I hear it in the middle of summer as well. You always have to be marketing. If you haven't seen my video on ABM, please go back and check out that video. It's super, super important. It's the way we avoid the peaks and valleys. We're always going to have a little bit of up and down, but it's a great way to avoid the huge peaks and the huge values. Hey, thanks for joining me today. If you've enjoyed this video, would you please give me a comment below? Would you also share this on Instagram or on Facebook so that other people can hear about this content? And would you please subscribe? Now, if you're interested in growing your painting business, please check out my podcast where I interview successful paint contractors from all over the country. You can find the podcast, The Business Brush, in iTunes, on Stitcher, or anywhere you can download podcasts. I'm Nick May from The Business Brush. Thanks for joining me today. See you next time.